lackey. Pray, sir, what is it o'clock?
You should ask me what time of day it is. There are no clocks in the forest.
Then there is no true lover in the forest, else sighing every minute and groaning every hour would detect the lazy foot of time as well as a clock.
Where dwell you, pretty youth?
Oh, with the shepherdess, my sister, here in the skirts of the forest, like fringe on a petticoat.
Are you native of these parts? Your accent is something more fine than you can purchase in so removed a dwelling.
I have been told so of many, but indeed an old religious uncle of mine taught me to speak, one who was in his youth an inland man and knew courtship too well, for there he fell in love. I have heard him read many lectures against it, and I thank God I am not a woman to be touched with as many giddy offenses as he has generally taxed their whole sex withal.
Can you recount any of the principal evils he laid to the charge of women?
There were none principal. They were each like one another as haypence are, each one fault seeming monstrous, till his fellow fault came to match it.
I prithee, recount some of them.
No, I will not cast away my physic but on those that are sick. There is a young man haunts this forest, who abuses our young trees by carving Rosalind on their barks, hangs odes on hawthorns, elegies on brambles, all forsooth deifying the name of Rosalind. If I could meet that fancy monger, I would give him some good counsel, for I fear he hath the quotidian of love upon him.
I am he that is so love-shaken.
You have none of my uncle's marks upon you. He taught me how to know a man in love, in which cage of brushes I am sure you are no prisoner.
What were his marks?
A lean cheek, which you have not, a blue eye sunken, which you have not, an unquestionable spirit, which you have not. Then your hose should be ungartered, your bonnet unbanded, your sleeve unbuttoned, your shoe untied, and everything about you demonstrating a careless desolation. But you are no such man. You are rather point device in your accoutrement, as loving yourself than seeming the lover of any other.
Fair youth, I would I could make thee believe I love.
Me? Believe it? You will as soon make her that you love believe it. But in good sooth, are you he that hangs the verses on the trees wherein Rosalind is so admired?
Fair youth, by the white hand of Rosalind, I am that he, that unfortunate he.
And are you so in love as your rhymes speak?
Neither rhyme nor reason can express how much.
Love is merely a madness, and I tell you deserves as well a dark house and a wit as madmen do. And the reason why they are not so punished and cured is that the lunacy is so ordinary that the whippers are in love too. Yet I profess curing it by counsel.
Have you ever cured any so?
Yes, one, and in this manner. He was to imagine me his love, his mistress, and I set him every day to woo me, at which time I would, being but a moonish youth, grieve, be effeminate, changeable, longing and liking, proud, fantastical, apish, shallow, inconstant, full of tears, full of smiles, for every passion something, and for no passion truly anything, as boys and women are for the most part cattle of this color, would now like him, now loathe him, then entertain him, clean as a sound sheep's heart, that there shall not be one spot of love in it.
I would not be cured.
I would cure you, if you would but call me Rosalind, and come every day to my cote, and woo me.
Now, by the faith of my love, I will. Tell me where it is.
Go with me to it and I'll show it to you. And by the way, you shall tell me where in the forest you live. Will you go?
With all my heart, pretty youth.
Nay, you must call me Rosalind. Come, sister, will you go?
Come apace, good Audrey. Shall I fetch up your goats for you, Audrey? And how, Audrey? Am I the man yet? Doth my simple features content thee?
Your simple features, Lord warn us, what features?
Truly, I wish the gods had made thee poetical.
I do not know what poetical is. Is it honest in word and deed? Is it a true thing?
No, truly. For the truest poetry is most vain, and lovers are sworn to poetry. And what they swear to poetry, some may say, they do vain.
Would you wish the gods had made me poetical?
I do, truly, for thou swearest thou art honest. Now, if thou wert a poet, I might have some hope that thou didst vain.
You would not have me honest?
No, truly, unless thou wert hard favored. For honesty coupled to beauty is like honey, a sauce to sugar.
A material fool.
Well, I am not fair, and so I pray the gods make me honest.
Truly, and to cast honesty upon a foul slut's like putting good meat in an unclean dish.
I am not a slut, though I thank the gods that I am foul.
Well, praise be the gods for thy foulness. And may sluttishness come hereafter. Be that as it may. I will marry thee. And to that end, I have been with the vicar of the next village, who hath promised to meet me here in the forest to couple us.
I would fain see this meeting.
But the gods are destroyed!
If a man had a frail heart, he would stagger in such an attempt. Oh, here comes Sir Oliver. Good evening, Sir Oliver. You're very well met, sir. Shall you dispatch us here under this tree, or shall we go to your chapel?
Is there none here, gentlemen?
I would not take her in gift of any man.
Truly, she must be given, or the marriage is not lawful.
Proceed! Proceed. I'll give her.
Good evening, good master, what you call it. How do you, sir? God yield you for our last company. I'm very glad to see you, sir. Even a toy in hand here, sir.
Will you be married, Motley?
As an ox had his bow, sir, a horse his curb, a falcon her belly. So a man hath his desires, and as pigeons bill, so wedlock would be nibbling.
And will you, being a man of your breeding, be married under a bush like a beggar? Get you to church, man, and find you a priest who can tell you what marriage is.
I am not of the mind, but I am better married of him than of another. For he is not likely to marry me well, and not being well married gives me good excuse hereafter to leave my wife.
Go thou with me. Let me counsel thee.
Come, sweet Audrey, we shall be married, or else we shall live in bondage.